indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and a very warm welcome to Pointless, the game where you are always aiming for the lowest score. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hi, I'm Mary. This is my husband, Phil, and we're from Stockfold in Bedfordshire, and I've promised to get an answer right this time.
Couple number two.
Hi, I'm John. This is my friend Joel. We're from London.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Rachel. This is my sister Sarah, and we come from Lancaster.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm David. This is my good friend James. We're from Lichfield in Staffordshire.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you all very much indeed. A very warm welcome to Pointless. Wonderful to have you with us here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce. Yes, he's back, and I'm as surprised as you are. It's my Pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Talking to people who are back. Two
Yes.
returning pairs. Rachel and Sarah, welcome back. Got knocked out in round one. Mary and Phil knocked out in round two. But Sarah and Mary have something to prove on this show because neither of them have yet given a correct answer. So Sarah got one 100-pointer. Mary got two on the last show. I don't think anyone's ever done three in a row. That'll be quite something. That's something to look out for on the first question, isn't it? I think we'll be all right on the first one. I think you'll be fine.
Thank you very much indeed. Oh, Helen and Anthony didn't win the jackpot last time, so we're going to add another £1,000 to it. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,750. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Remember, it's the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that will be eliminated. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category this afternoon is motor racing. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second, and whoever's going first, please step up to the podium.
That's there, Philip.
OK. And now, what's going on here on podium one? It's like the worst episode of Strictly I've ever seen. Who's going first? Phil?
Me, yeah.
Good. Our question concerns Formula One circuits. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you the names now of some Formula One circuits. You just have to tell us in which countries they're located, please. So there'll be 7 on the way up, 7 on the way back down.
Thank you very much indeed. So in which countries would you find these Formula One circuits? Here's our first board of 7. We have got Suzuka International Racing Course, Albert Park, Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, Nürburgring, Bud International Circuit, and Circuit Paul Ricard. I'll read those all again. Suzuka International Racing Course, Albert Park, Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, Nürburgring, Bud International Circuit, and Circuit Paul Ricard. There we are. Phil, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself, Phil.
I'm retired. I'm chairman of our local football club. And I've got a lot of hobbies, including marathon running, and I run horse racing syndicates.
Oh, now that's fun. What, the whole gang of you own a string of racehorses?
Yes, I buy horses and then we sell them in syndicates.
Very impressive, Phil. Now then, how are you on motor racing?
Not great, actually. I'm not a great fan of motor racing.
OK.
I think I'm going to play safe and go Spain, Barcelona. OK,
for the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. Let's see if Spain is right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Spain. It's right. 52. 52 for Spain.
That's an unusual score if you say in which country is this circuit and it has the word Barcelona in it.
Yeah.
You would think maybe there was a big clue in the name there.
Thought. Joel, welcome to Pointless. It's great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I live in London and I'm a subtitler for television. That's my job.
You're a subtitler for television?
Yeah.
Are you a very, very, very quick typer?
It's speech recognition, so no typing goes on apart from corrections and
So then what
so
do you do?
I do this. I speak as the people on TV speak, and then it comes up in a software.
I like to think I speak as the people on TV speak as well.
You really
Which I really do. Joel, what are you going to go for?
I think I'm going to go Suzuka International Racing Course, Japan.
Suzuka, Japan. Let's see. Stands to reason. How many of our 100 people said Japan? It's right. 52 is the only score we have so far, and you pass it. That's not bad at all. 37.
Yeah, about 50 kilometres south of Nagoya. It's a figure of 8, and so it sort of passes over itself like on a bridge, which is quite cool.
That's cool. Thank you very much indeed. Rachel, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, Rachel.
So I now live and work in Manchester. I work for a university in HR. I'm a big football fan, support Liverpool. Also like reading, part of a book club. Yeah.
I'm not hearing Formula One in there. That's the thing.
No motor
No.
racing.
How often does the book club get together?
Once a month when I make it.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Yeah.
A little bit of time
Yeah.
to get that book done.
I usually don't manage to finish it though, so then don't end up going.
No, but that's the trouble.
Yeah.
And then you never finish it.
I finished the book,
Okay,
but just
you do.
not in time.
You just never get to go and get drunk with everyone else who read the book.
Basically.
Excellent. Okay, now, Rachel, what are you going to go for? In which countries would you find these Formula One circuits?
I'm going to go for the Gilles Villeneuve and try France.
Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Let's see if that's right. France. How many of our 100 people said France? No, I'm afraid not, Rachel. That's 100 points.
Sorry, Rachel, I'll give all the correct answers at the end of the pass.
Thank you very much indeed. James, a warm welcome to Pointless. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm from Armitage, where they make the toilets in Staffordshire.
The Shanks?
The Shanks, right
Wow.
next to it.
I didn't know Armitage was... I didn't know that was a place.
Oh, it's a place.
I thought it was a couple of people who got together and formed a famous partnership.
Believe it or not, there is famous partnerships in Armitage, of course. Me and my friend, but we're not.
Anyway, James, what are you going to go for on this board? It's all yours if you want to fill in all the blanks.
Well, I absolutely love Formula One. This is a dream, but I was hoping it'd be in the final round.
Fill in all the blanks.
Well, I can't fill in all of them, unfortunately. There is a tricky one on there, but Albert Park is Australia, Gilles Villeneuve is Canada, Nürburgring is Germany, Circuit Paul Ricard is France, but Bud International Circuit, I could say India, but I honestly don't know. I will try Albert Park, Australia.
Albert Park, Australia, says James. Let's see how many of our 100 people agree with James. It is right. Well, our low score at the moment is 37, and you pass it. That's 10. Very well done indeed on podium number 4.
Well played, James. Yeah, street circuit in Melbourne, Albert Park. And yeah, Rachel, that was the issue, was Paul Ricard was the French one. And Paul Ricard would have scored you 22, and Gilles Villeneuve, named after the Canadian racing driver Gilles Villeneuve, 12 points for that. The Nürburgring, you're quite right, is Germany. They scored 59, and you're right as well about the Bud International. It was India. Actually scores you more points than Australia. Would have scored you 15, so Australia, best answer you could have given.
Thank you very much indeed. James and David, our low scorers there on 10. Rachel and Sarah, the high scorers. Good luck with that. Sarah, we're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's put 7 more Formula One circuits up on the board. And here they are. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Kyalami, Hungaroring, Interlagos, Autodromo Nazionale Monza, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, and Sepang International Circuit. I'll read those again for you. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Kyalami, Hungaroring, Interlagos, Autodromo Nazionale Monza, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps, and Sepang International Circuit. David, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm David. I'm a retired primary school teacher, and I am quite into amateur musical theatre, which is where I met my good friend James. We've done various shows together at various
Have you got one in rehearsal at the moment?
We are indeed, yes. We are rehearsing Spamalot.
Ah, very exciting. Are we allowed to know what part you're playing, David?
I'm playing a monk. I'm also playing a French taunter and also Prince Herbert's father.
Very nice. I can see you'd be a good monk. I think you carry the monk well. David, do you share James's interest in
My knowledge
Formula
of Formula One
racing circuits is in inverse proportion to my good friend James.
OK, well, listen, you've got plenty of scope. 89 or less gets you into the next round.
There are a couple on there that I could make a guess at.
Sure.
I'm going to go for Autodromo Nazionale Monza and say Italy.
Italy for Monza. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Italy. Here is your red line. It's right, you're through. It's a good answer, 27. Take your total up to 37. Very strong.
Well played, David. Safe and sound. Yeah, just north of Milan, Monza. They just call it Monza for short.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Sarah. Sarah, welcome back. Remind us all about yourself.
So I moved to Manchester about a year ago. Originally, I was there on my own, so I got involved with a social group, which is for people that move to the city.
Homesick Mancunians.
Yeah, who want to meet new people, and they organise events. And so the book club Rachel's part of, that's kind of known as a subgroup. They do everything for all different interests.
Good for you. OK, now, Sarah, this is a moment of truth. We can't have a score of 100 from you.
I can't promise. But I don't know any of those, so I'm going to go for the third one down, because it looks like the country Hungary.
You've got to suppose, haven't you? Hungaro ring. Hungary. Let's see. No red line for you as you're the high scorers at the moment. How many people said Hungary? It is Hungary. And Danny goes to 44. Not bad. 144 is your total.
Yeah, Hungaro ring. It's also an Eastern European donut.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, John, welcome to Pointless. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm from London as well. I'm an actor and also work with children.
Very good. What sort of acting do you do,
Mostly
John?
sort of school tours, so like PIE stuff, and then immersive theatre as well.
See, that's fun.
Yeah.
Where do you do that?
So I worked at a popular London tourist attraction that is kind of a walk through.
What part did you play?
I played 19 different roles across that time.
It's nearly as many as David plays.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Lots of fun to be had there. So do you do that from time to time?
So I finished there a few months ago.
Yeah.
I might go back soon, we'll see. In the meantime, I've got a web series coming up and then just odd jobs in between that.
Very good indeed. Well, good luck with all of that,
Thank
John. Your total is 37, which means it doesn't matter what you score. You're through to the next round. Even 100 gets you through, but I bet you've got a better answer than that. So these are all Formula One circuits. We want to know which countries you'd find them in.
I've got a really risky one, which I'm not going to go for. Actually, I might as well.
Why not?
Into Lagos, Nigeria.
Into Lagos, Nigeria, says John. No red line, you're already through. How many of our 100 people said into Lagos was Nigeria? No, couldn't matter less. John scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 137, but you're through.
Yeah, listen, well done going for a risk. And obviously, Lagos is in Nigeria. But this is Interlagos, but it's not Nigeria.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Mary. Mary, welcome back to Pointless. A little bit of pressure on you here. We can't have 100 from you. Remind us all about yourself.
I'm retired. I mostly look after my grandchildren. And I love going on holiday. That's my main hobby.
So do I. That's a good hobby to have.
Thank you.
Have you got a holiday planned? Are you looking forward to the next one?
We've just had a special one.
Very nice. Where did you go for
Italy,
the special one?
to Venice
Lovely.
and Sorrento.
Very nice.
Celebrating my forthcoming birthday. So we did
Lovely.
it early.
Very nice indeed. Mary, you're on 52. We need a score of 91 or less from you. Do you fancy talking us through the board?
Well, I'm thinking Indianapolis, probably America. Interlagos, maybe. I was thinking Portugal. Sepang. Maybe Singapore. But I think I'll go with the safety, Indianapolis, America.
OK, America for Indianapolis. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Here is your red line, nice and high. It's right, and you're through. Well done. Down it goes 55. 107 is your total.
Well done, Mary. That's a relief, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the second oldest purpose-built motor circuit in the world after Brooklands in Surrey. 1909, that was built. Now, shall we solve the mystery of Interlagos, shall we? For F1 fans, it's one of the most iconic circuits there is. It's in Brazil. And would have scored you 15 points. Kyalami is the best answer on the board. It's in South Africa. Would have scored you 5. Spa-Francorchamps is Belgium. That would have scored you 10. And Sepang, not Singapore, it's Malaysia. Malaysia. And that would have scored you 11.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round, which means we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. And I'm sorry to say, Sarah and Rachel, you are that pair, are one of our returning pairs. I think it was round one last time as well.
Yeah.
We haven't seen enough of this. I'm just going to put that on record. But it's been wonderful having you here, albeit briefly. Sarah and Rachel, thank you very much indeed. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. Well done, everybody. We made it through the first round. Still here, Mary, which is good. David and James, well done. Our lowest scorers there. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is composers in D minor. Could you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many surnames of composers on the classical 100 that contain the letters A, D, or F as they could. There we are, the triad of D minor, D, F, A. Got it. Lovely.
Yeah, the classical 100, that's the 100 pieces of classical music that school children are supposed to learn about. They do in school assemblies and all sorts of things. And yeah, any composer who has a piece on that list, please, who has an A, D, or an F in their surname.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Mary. Mary, composers on that list.
Dvorak?
Dvorak says Mary. Let's see, how many of our 100 people said Dvorak? He's up there. And it's a good answer. Down that goes to 5. Very well done indeed, Mary. Very nicely done.
Yeah, Antonin Dvorak, he's got 2 pieces on that list. And he's got an A and a D in his surname.
I know. He's just...
Yeah, he's not mucking about, is he?
Not at all. John?
Yeah, I'll take a bit of a punt and go for Hammerstein.
Hammerstein?
Yeah, Hammerstein.
OK, Oscar Hammerstein. OK, well, let's see if that's there. How many of our 100 people said that? Oh, bad luck. That's incorrect, but that's a clever punt to take.
Yeah, not there, I'm afraid, Oscar Hammerstein, but I'll give all the correct answers at the end of the round.
Now then, David.
Yes, I've got 2 or 3 going around in my head at the moment. I'm just trying to think which one might be the best one to choose. I'm going to go for Debussy.
OK, Debussy says David. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Debussy. It's good. Down it goes to 11. Very well done indeed.
Well done, Claude Debussy. That's you can tell I don't know much about classical music. I just say people's first names.
It's good enough.
Yeah, it's got a D in his surname. That's something I know.
Good. Nice. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we are halfway through our round. 5, best score of the past. Well done, Mary and Phil. 100, looking a little bit iffy there. Good luck, Joel. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? So, James, remember, we're looking for the surname of any composer on the classical 100 list that has an A, a D, or an F in their surname.
So I've got obvious ones.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need to take a risk?
Well, if you score 88 or less, even now, there's a place for you in the head-to-head.
I will play very safe, then. I will say Handel.
Handel, says James. Here is your red line. Can you get below that with Handel? Handel is right. And you're through. There we go, 15 for Handel. Very well done indeed. 26, your total.
It's George Friedrich Handel. He's got 2 pieces on the list. Handel can also mean something that you use to hold an implement as well.
Yeah. Thank you. Now then, Joel, we come to you.
I'm sort of toying between 2 potential answers. I'm unsure of the pronunciation. I think it's Saint-Saëns, like Saint Saëns, I think that's how it's spelled.
It is, but strangely, you pronounce the S in it, so Saint-Saëns.
Saint-Saëns, OK.
I don't know why, but there we are. Saint-Saëns. Is that what you're going to go for?
Yeah.
Yes, well, if that's what you've said. That's what I'm going to take. Saint-Saëns. No red line for you as you're the high scorers, but let's see how far down the column we get with Saint-Saëns. I like it, Joel. It's right. Oh, down to 2. Very well done indeed. Takes your total up to 102.
That's a terrific answer. Very well played, yeah. Camille Saint-Saëns. So that's going to be difficult to subtitle as well.
Yeah.
That can be anything, right? How would you deal with Saint-Saëns when you are subtitling?
If it's a live programme and I'm not aware it's a classical music show, I would just say French composer.
Oh,
there we go.
really? Duck it. Oh, duck the
it
issue.
completely.
Or if you could you not just say
Or the
Saint Saëns or something like that? So
Well, I
then
mean,
at
I
least
might have to type it in, or I could just say the composer of Dance Macabre or whatever it is, you know, and get
Nice.
around it that way.
Okay.
Someone posted on Twitter the other day for the subtitles on Pointless, and it was a round where we're playing in music, and we're saying, here are the theme songs to various sci-fi programmes. Here's A, and then the subtitles go, Doctor Who music plays.
Yeah. Well done. Thank you very much indeed. Phil, now then, you are all but through to the next round. You just have to score 96 or less with your answer. So it's composers with a D, an F or an A in their surname on this list.
Brain dump time. Mahler.
Mahler?
Yeah.
Mahler. OK, Mahler says, Phil, here is your red line. Let's see how far down the column we get with Mahler. Wow. Mahler, not on that list. I can't believe it. Mahler 5, not on the list.
Oh, really? Is that controversial?
Mahler would be one I'd have wanted to play.
Oh, really?
Samuel Barber, what about that?
Oh, Samuel Barber
Yeah.
is a pointless answer. Very well done.
Good. That's
nice, isn't it?
Oh, I'm pleased with that.
There's Barber.
Nice.
Ducat. I never know how to pronounce that.
Ducat.
No, not
I
Ducat,
think-
the next
Oh,
one.
Foray.
Yeah, Foray. There you go. OK, next page. Humperdinck, Kachachurian, Monteverdi is a pointless answer. You could have had Carl Orff, John Philip Sousa, Thomas Tallis. You could have had Allegri, Copeland, De Falla. You could have had Percy Granger. You could have had John Taverner and Peter Warlock as well. All of those are pointless answers. Top 3 answers, Mozart, Bach and Brahms.
Yeah. There we go. Headline, Mahler, not on that list. Good answer, Phil. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. So we find ourselves at the end of the second round, and we have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. It's the other returning pair, Phil and Mary. I can't bear it. And nothing wrong with your answer, in my view. Anyway, I'm sorry. But anyway, it's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you so much, Phil and Mary. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, David and James, John and Joel. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for today's jackpot, which currently stands at £2,750. But before we play the head-to-head, let's see if we can boost that jackpot by finding some pointless answers. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many volcanoes as they could. Richard.
Yeah, you know how this works by now. This is our new... we need to give it a proper name. Maybe we'll call it the bonus booster for
I
now.
call it bonus, or we could call it the Circuit de Kaching.
For today, let's call it the Circuit de
The
Kaching.
Circuit de Kaching, but yes, maybe.
We're going to put the names of 6 volcanoes up on the board. 2 of them are pointless answers. Nobody mentioned them at all. If you can get one of them, we're going to add £250 to the jackpot. There are also, however, 2 sneaky wrong answers in there. So can you get a pointless answer in the studio? Can you get one at home? Let's take a look at our 6 volcanoes.
OK, let's play the Circuit de Kaching, and here they are. We have got Hekla, Coatimundi, Mauna Loa, Pavlov, Topol, and Ubinas.
That's true.
That's
difficult,
fun,
right?
isn't it?
Listen, there's 500 quid up there somewhere.
Come on. Got to see if you can truffle them out. David and James, our golden couple, you get to go first. What are you going to go for?
I've not got a clue.
I have a feeling about the middle one, the third one.
Good feeling.
A
Is it a
sort of
good
a
feeling?
Hawaiian type
Hawaiian.
vibe to it. I think we'll go for Mauna Loa.
OK, Mauna Loa. Say David and James. Let's find out if it's pointless. Mauna Loa. It's definitely right. You avoided one of the 2 incorrect answers. And it goes down to 4. You were absolutely right. It's a low-scoring volcano, not a pointless one. So we come to you, John and Joel. What are you going to go for?
Ubernas. I've got a
Ubernas, like, I don't know. To be honest, I have absolutely no idea. But we can go whichever one you want.
Yeah, let's go Ubernas.
Let's go Ubernas. OK, let's see if Ubernas is a pointless answer. Could add another little nifty 250 quid to the jackpot. Ubernas is also right. Well done. That was the first thing it had to be. That is a pointless answer. Very well done indeed, John and Joel. That is fantastic. Richard.
That's nice, lovely little bonus booster there. Very, very well done. Good news for everybody. Now at home, there's one more pointless answer up on that board. Have you got it? The other pointless answer up there is Pavlov.
No.
Pavlov, it's on Alaska.
I thought that was the red herring. I
Yeah,
thought,
you'd have
take
thought
over
so,
that
right?
one.
T'Pol is one of the red herrings because it's a Vulcan from Star Trek. T'Pol. And you were quite right to avoid coatimundi as well. It's an animal, like a raccoon, a coatimundi. So that was an incorrect answer. So Hekla is a real volcano. It's in Iceland and would have scored 2 points.
There we are. Well, thank you very much indeed. Well done. You managed to find one pointless answer, which means we add £250 to today's jackpot, was just what it needed. Takes it up to a lovely round £3,000. Brilliant. But who will be playing for it? Let's find out in the head-to-head. The first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot, and you are allowed to confer. Here is your first question. It is all about animals sitting. Yes.
We're going to show you 5 pictures now of animals. Hey, they're all sitting. We're going to give you alternate letters of their names as well, but what are these animals, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 animals sitting, and here they are. We have got A, CPBR. B, CMOOTIH. C, TMAWLAY. D, APC. And E, OAE. There we are, 5 animals sitting. David and James, you're our golden couple, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer.
Right, we're going to go for A, capybara.
Capybara. Capybara. Say David and James. Now, John and Joel, it's over to you. Do you want to talk us through that board?
Sure, yeah.
B, I think, is common ostrich.
Common ostrich, yeah.
D, alpaca.
Yeah, and then I'm not sure on E. And then
C is something wallaby.
Something wallaby. What do you want to go for?
It's your decision.
We'll go for alpaca.
You're going to go for D, alpaca. So we have capybara and we have alpaca. David and James have gone for capybara for A. Let's see if that's right. How many people said it? It is right. That goes down to 34. John and Joel, meanwhile, have gone for alpaca for D. Let's see how many of our 100 people said alpaca. It's right. Ooh, that's a high score, 91 for alpaca, which means well done, David and James. After one question, you're up 1-0.
You're quite right about the common ostrich. Wouldn't have won you the point, though. Would have scored you 43. Now, I mean, you can work out it's a wallaby, and normally in this round we'll say, look, take a risk. You can usually work out what the other words are, but nothing's fitting in there, right? No common words are fitting in there.
No.
It's a tama wallaby. A tama wallaby. Very well done if you said that around 3 points. Not one you could have guessed at. And the last one is a type of wild ass. It's an onager. That would have scored you 4 points. So very well done to our 100 there.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, now, here comes your second question. Our second question is all about winter.
Yeah, simply 5 clues now to things concerning winter.
OK, let's see our 5 things concerning winter, and they are here. Winter is Coming was the title of the first episode of this TV series that began in 2011. Species of animal that pursues Antigonus off stage in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale. The country that fought the USSR in the Winter War of 1939 to 1940. In the Northern Hemisphere, the winter solstice occurs in this month, and Thomas and Robert Winter were amongst the plotters of this conspiracy of 1605. I'll read those clues again. Winter is Coming was the title of the first episode of this TV series that began in 2011. Species of animal that pursues Antigonus off stage in Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale. The country that fought the USSR in the Winter War of 1939 to 1940. In the Northern Hemisphere, the winter solstice occurs in this month, and Thomas and Robert Winter were amongst the plotters of this conspiracy of 1605. John and Joel will go first.
Yeah, we're going to take a slight risk, and we're going to go for the country that fought the USSR as, would say, Finland. Finland.
Finland in the Winter War. John and Joel saying Finland. Now then, David and James, do you want to talk us through that board?
Not particularly. We know a couple of them, we think. The second one, I know it's a stage instruction. He goes off stage, pursued by something.
And we did think that the third one down, we thought it might have been Germany instead of Finland, but they're cleverer than us, so I think they're probably right.
I think we should go for the bottom one.
Yeah.
And we'll say the gunpowder plot.
The gunpowder plot. So we have Finland and we have the gunpowder plot. John and Joel have gone for Finland for the Winter War against the USSR. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Finland. It is right. Good answer. I think this is exactly what we needed from you. A nice low score. Well done, 12. Meanwhile, David and James have gone for the gunpowder plot for Thomas and Robert Winter. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the gunpowder plot. The gunpowder plot is also right. Not a bad score. 33 for the gunpowder plot, but well done, John and Joel. Just what we needed from you. You're back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Yeah, Winter is Coming is, of course, from
Game of Thrones.
Big scorer, though. 52 for that. And the Northern Hemisphere, the winter solstice occurs in...
December.
And that would have scored you 31. But if you could have remembered the animal that they were pursued by, you'd be in the final now, because it's Exit pursued by a...
Bear.
That would have scored you 6 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. OK, it all comes down to this, the decider. Best of luck to both pairs. Our third question this afternoon is all about depictions of artists in films, Richard.
Yep, we're going to show you the names now of 5 films about artists. We will show you the actor who played a particular artist in that film and the initials of that artist. Who is the artist, please?
Thank you very much indeed. OK, let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they are. Artists in film. Girl with a Pearl Earring, Colin Firth, JV. Little Ashes, Robert Pattinson, SD. Lust for Life, Kirk Douglas, VVG. Big Eyes, Amy Adams, MK. And The Agony and the Ecstasy, Charlton Heston, M. Here they are again. Girl with a Pearl Earring, Colin Firth, JV. Little Ashes, Robert Pattinson, SD. Lust for Life, Kirk Douglas, VVG. Big Eyes, Amy Adams, MK. And The Agony and the Ecstasy, Charlton Heston, M. There we are. Back to you, David and James. Feel free to confer.
Isn't it? Bottom one's could be. Do you know?
I've never heard of it, so that must mean you're right.
I think we're going to have to go for the first one, which is Jan Vermeer.
OK, Jan Vermeer. OK, say David and James. Jan Vermeer. Now, John and Joel, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
Go for it.
Well, Kirk Douglas is Vincent van Gogh. I'd assume Heston is Michelangelo, I assume. I thought it was Johannes Vermeer. But what do you want to go for?
Do you know SD or MK?
I think it's Mary Keane, but I'm not confident on it. No, let's not go for that.
OK.
Let's go Michelangelo then.
Yeah, OK. Go on.
All right, let's go for Michelangelo, Charlton Heston.
You're going to go for Michelangelo for the bottom one. OK, so we have Jan Vermeer from David and James for the top one. Girl with a Pearl Earring. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. It is right. That goes down to 18. Meanwhile, John and Joel have gone for Michelangelo for the agony and the ecstasy. Let's see how many of our 100 people got that. Let's see if it's right. It is right. Michelangelo is going to be close. Down it goes to 20. Very close indeed. Two good answers there. But David and James, well done. After 3 questions, you're through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, it's Johannes Vermeer, but occasionally called Jan Vermeer. Now, let's take a look at the rest of these, shall we? Little Ashes. You'll know the...
Digger.
Salvador Dali.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, Salvador Dali.
That would have scored 9 points. Would have seen you through. Lust for Life, you're right, was Vincent van Gogh. And that would have scored you 44. Now, you said Mary Keane for this next one. And you're not a million miles away. It was Margaret Keane was the answer. Would have scored 2 points. So very well done if you said that at home.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round. John and Joel, I'm afraid it is you, but you'll be back. You'll be back, of course you will, next time, and we'll look forward to that very much indeed. But meantime, thank you very much for playing, John and Joel. David and James, though, for them, it is time for our Pointless Final. Congratulations, David and James. You've seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted Pointless trophy. You are taking that trophy home. OK, you now have a chance to win our Pointless Jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £3,000. Well, wouldn't it be nice to send you back to Lichfield with that in your back pockets? What's going to help you take it home?
Well, Formula One that's already gone.
Musical theatre, possibly.
Musical theatre, tip-top.
70s prog rock, that would be quite nice.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's see. 4 things, as ever, will appear on the board. Motown acts, the year 1973, the Rugby League World Cup, 21st century Shakespeare. What are you thinking?
We've said for ages, if there's something in the 70s, because you're old, that's our subject.
That was what was said to me on the train coming down last night.
I can't help you with any of this.
I think we probably ought to try and go for the year 1973 if we can.
That is absolutely brilliant.
OK, 1973 it is.
OK, very best of luck, gents. 3 very different questions here. We're looking for any of the players in the 1973 FA Cup final, please, including those who came on as substitutes. We are looking for any actors who were Oscar-nominated for performances in 1973 films. That's anyone nominated in the 1974 Oscars ceremony. Or we are looking for any act who had a UK #1 single or album in 1973, according to the official charts company. So players in that cup final, the actors and UK #1 single or album acts, all in 1973.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, as always, you've got up to a minute to come up with 3 answers. You just need 1 pointless answer. Are you ready?
I think we are,
yes. We are.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Final. Were they in that
I don't know if they were in that final till the end. I'd like to go for the bottom one myself.
I'd like you to do that as well.
I'm thinking along the lines of 1973, Genesis, Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Amazing band.
Yes.
I agree, yes.
In fact, that's probably as far as it goes. Curved Air, possibly.
Curved Air, one of my favourites, without a shadow of a doubt.
I would say that 1970, Rod Stewart probably would have had a #1 single.
Well, he's very good.
So would someone like, who else had it, 73, David Bowie, of course.
David Bowie was a very, very big act.
But he's obviously a well-known one.
Yeah.
Who else?
Genesis songs.
They did have a hit with I know what I like in my wardrobe.
10 seconds left.
Personally, I'd like to go for the acts and go for those first 3 I came up with.
I think that's possible. A great idea.
I think we're ready, actually. So.
OK, there we are. The last few grains of sand dribbling out of the hourglass there. What are you going to give?
I think we're going to give you 3 answers, all in the acts that had a UK #1 single or album in 1973.
Let's have them.
I'm going to go for Genesis.
Genesis.
Yes.
Yes.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
I would say that probably the best shot would be Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer we put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Genesis.
Genesis, and then yes goes in the middle. Wonderful. OK, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Genesis, yes, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. 3 good answers on the board there. Now, if one of these turned out to be pointless and won you that jackpot, £3,000, that'd be quite a nice thing to be taking home. What would you like to do with it? David, I'm going to ask you first.
Well, we're going to Australia for a holiday next November, and I think it would definitely go some way towards either spending money or just generally the cost of the holiday, which would be great.
Very nice indeed. James, how about you?
Maybe a small holiday for me, the wife and the kids, you know. Push the boat out, but a few libations on the way back to the train station, I imagine, first.
Very nice indeed. OK, well, best of luck. 3 good answers, as I say. Your first is Genesis. In all 3 cases, we're looking for any act that had a #1 single or album in 1973. If Genesis is right and is pointless, you leave here with 3 grand. Let's see how many of our 100 said Genesis. No bad luck. Wow. Not Genesis in that year. So we turn to your next answer, which was Yes. 1973 #1 album or single for Yes. Let's find out. If it's pointless, there's £3,000 heading its way towards you. Not Yes, I'm afraid. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, your third and final answer. The one we thought was your best shot at a pointless answer. Let's hope this is a correct answer. Let's hope it's pointless for £3,000. How many people said Emerson, Lake and Palmer? Oh, no! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. 3 answers that, to me, I thought they sounded fantastic. But I'm afraid 3 incorrect answers. You didn't find the all-important pointless answer. You, therefore, don't win today's jackpot, but you win today's trophies. So well done for that. You can take those back with you.
And I have to say, it was a valiant attempt to turn it into a 70s prog rock category, all by yourself as well. All good answers. Yes was the closest. They actually had the first #1 of 1974, yes, but not 73. Out of all the categories, there's only 1 pointless answer in that one. The other ones, there's far more pointless answers. I will take you through those. The players in the 1973 FA Cup final, that's the famous Sunderland versus Leeds final. Mickey Horswell, Richie Pitt, both Sunderland players, Trevor Cherry, Vic Hallam used to play for Fulham. They were all pointless answers. In fact, those are the only 4 pointless answers, so well done if you said one. The actors, here's a few pointless answers for you. Ellen Bernstein, Linda Blair, who was nominated for The Exorcist, Randy Quaid, Tatum O'Neill. If you wonder if that was a good year for actors, the ones that scored points were Marlon Brando, Robert Redford, Al Pacino, Barbara Streisand, Glenda Jackson, Jack Nicholson and Jack Lemmon. That's a pretty good lineup, isn't it? And there's only 1 pointless answer for the #1 single album, and that is Little Jimmy Osmond. Which is sort of 70s prog rock. But, I mean, there's 1 point. See, I'll tell you, 1 point for Alice Cooper, Gilbert O'Sullivan, Led Zeppelin, Peters and Lee. Simon Park Orchestra scored 1 point, so I think Yes probably would have done as well. Status Quo and Susie Quattro, they all scored 1 point.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. And thanks once again, David and James. I'm sorry you didn't win our jackpot. That will therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £4,000. Join us then to see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.